Jonas. It was Jonas for NIP who showed just how scary a late game clockwork really can be. So earlier in the Summit 3, I think he ended up getting like 4 hook shots in a row, like as they were sieging the enemy base, kept the enemy team in the well as they took down Cloud9. I think there'll still be nightmares about that series, but yeah. So anyway, Alliance very good late game, but this is a very risky Storm pick, and it's something that if Secret get a decent start on their Queen of Pain or their Lion, Batrider's pretty much guaranteed to get a blink for Zai. They could really punish this Storm, so we'll see what kind of a start Alliance have here.
And we'll see if it all kicks off at this instant rune spawn at the beginning as it did in the first game. But let's introduce the teams. Secret versus Alliance on the Radiant Secret. They're going to be having S4 this time on the Queen of Pain. And potentially in the shadow of Zai, who did a pretty spectacular performance on the offlane Quap in the first game. So we'll see what S4 can do in return. Zai this time going to be manning up on the Batrider, Puppey on that support tree, and Kuro on the Lion, and your carry is of course going to be Arteezy on the PA. And I'm joined today by LD, and LD, you're going to tell me what's going on the side of the Dire, aren't you?
I sure am. We've got Mad playing that Scarith Mage. Looks like he wants to potentially plop down a lane ward here. He's heading up that way. Loda camping up the rune for now with Pycat by his side. There will be no level 1 fight. For once, we'll be spared the bloodbath early on. But Ake playing your Wisp once again, reprising his role there. And that will leave in the offlane Mr. Nikwa. Boots first, Clockwork. Already looking to block some creeps. We'll probably see him cog them into the tree line and just look to get as much experience as he can. It is not going to be the PA mid, which is normally where the hero tends to be played. It will be a safe lane PA. They're going to run the Queen of Pain mid. Now, to be fair, all of Secret's heroes are pretty good heroes, even against the Tiny Wisp. The PA can sit back, so too can the Quap and the Batrider. So I think S4 should have an okay time here. One of the better heroes against the Tiny Wisp.
Yeah, Quap should certainly do alright in this mid lane. Top lane, Zai trying to go aggressive on Mad. Mad's got a couple of stacks of napalm. Zai's only level 1, has got the Firefly. In fact, he's just trying to man up against the Scarif Mage. Pycat and Mad trying to get the bat away, but Puppey is there on the sidelines. Hasn't skilled anything yet, waiting to see if Leech Seed or Living Armor is going to be more preferential for this point of the game. But Zai just manning up and getting away with it, and Magicka and Pycat at this point not able to do too much against the Batrider.
Yeah, this is a lane that could go either way. I think that in general the Batrider would struggle here, but with the tree by his side, if someone gets caught out of position, then they could quickly just get demolished here. So it's going to come down to positioning for now. Mad is sitting pretty far back. It is 2 ranged heroes, and already the magic stick comes out for Pycat, so he'll have a lot of regen to work with. This sticky napalm spam is a Storm's best friend early, as long as he doesn't get dove with it. As they go in mid, a little bit of aggression here from Alliance. They have some kill potential against Queen of Pain, but as long as that blink is available, they don't have the burst damage to kill her instantly yet, so she should be able to blink out from any aggression, at least for now. They're going on top lane though. Oh, Zai. There's a concussive shot. They want to commit to this one. Mad. Is he going all the way in? No, not quite. But threatening.
Hey, yeah, only had the mana there for 1 arcane bolt, which wouldn't have quite been enough. And would have maybe cancelled the healing salve though that Zai is going to get the full use of. And Zai they're trying to turn it around. This is a good time to go on the Storm. You know, you've hit level 2 on your back, you've got Firefly and the sticky napalm, and Pycat, he's managed to pick up the boots now, but still Zai with that superior movement speed. And mid lane, Quap, S4 getting beaten right back, and a lot of space being created for Loda here. Ake doing a brilliant job in the mid lane for the Tiny, and Tiny, he's managing to lead the CS at the moment, 10 up against the Quap 6. So S4 having a little bit of a tricky time here.
It seems like Ake actually hit level 3 first because I think he got a bounty rune or 2 going his way, and unfortunately, if that was a Loda level 3 there when they go in, it looks like they would have gotten the kill with the extra point in the toss, or even the avalanche, which he is choosing to max first. So bit unfortunate, but still, this is how strong Tiny Wisp are. Even a Queen of Pain can die to the combo if she's not careful, and it will be very important for S4 to constantly be on full HP. He may want to get some cheap stats item, like an early no talisman. I don't think we'll see a bracer in Queen of Pain, but even completing your magic wand early could be a nice choice as part of lane. They catch out Nikwa.
I think he might go down to the Hex from Kuroki and staggering those stuns and lockdowns perfectly, allowing Arteezy to get those hits in. And that's going to put, well, the side of Secret in a good place. Unfortunately for Arteezy, he didn't get the first blood. Kuroki took that gold. But Kuroki now sitting on 1,000 gold. He's got a lot of money to spend on all kinds of delights.
Oh man, top lane. They are gonna. It looks like they're gonna put the bat in the jungle now, so they'll leave the off lane for the tree. Play a little greedier. Potentially, this tree could go down if Puppy's out of position, but even if he dies, it's really not a big deal. Storm as well as Scarth Mage do not push particularly hard, so they're not going to take a tower off of any kills, and ultimately it's just a tree on Protector. So he'll get some extra experience. Zai will be the one trying to take advantage of the jungle, and it looks like a quick blink coming for the Lion, as you mentioned. He's already up to, well, it looks like he bought something, maybe a new set of wards, but still sitting on 850 gold, and he could have that very early blink. Top lane though, well, top secret shop I should say. Alliance able to find a kill here on the tree. Good rotation. This Skywrath Wisp, very squishy, but extremely high damage output.
Yeah, Scarf, he snagged a haste rune from the tree, and Tree was trying to man up and did bring the Sky down very low, but Magicka was baiting it out because he had the backup of Ake, and Ake was able to turn around the little confrontation very nicely, because one more punch from the tree would have brought the Skywrath down, so some very nice play there from Alliance. Gets themselves a kill on the board, and as you said, yeah, if Lion, we were already talking on how well he's... how good he is against the Storm, and heroes like the IO in particular. If he can get that blink online very early, say before the Storm even thinks about building towards his Orchid, it's going to be pretty disastrous for Alliance.
Yes, it is. It is not only bad for the Storm, it's actually bad for, I would say, at least two other heroes. The Skywrath as well as the Wisp. Yeah. Those three are all just food for Lion with the blink. You blink in, you throw out the finger, that may be enough to kill the Wisp just on its own, and if it's not, then, or the Skywrath, and certainly with a stun or any kind of follow-up, it will be a kill. So it's a scary position to be giving up that fast blink dagger, and we'll see if Kuroky wants to go right towards it. He did spend all his gold here, so it looks like for now he's going to go into Tranquil Boots. Very standard item on Lion. It's not a blink, but it does give you a lot of extra move speed. He doesn't tend to have mana issues because he has the mana drain to work with, and so he'll be able to just move around the map quicker, control runes a little more effectively, gets the Bracer as well. That's another important thing. Against Tiny Wisp, you really want to have as much HP as possible. I mentioned the early Null Talisman for S4. It's a good item on Queen of Pain anyway, and this, I expect we'll see a lot of these cheap stats items on Secret just to help them live through the burst and then look to turn the fights from there.
I'd imagine so indeed. In bottom lane, Loader, he's guarding up the Invis rune. In comes Ake. Gonna get that for the bottle charges. They're not going to be able to look to anything aggressive with Arteezy continuing to farm very well. 41 CS at the moment. He's top of the board, 6 minutes in, and maybe Nick was in trouble. Danger spike. There is going to be a Hex as well. He's level 7, but Arteezy not quite finding the crits there onto the clockwork. Maybe in a bit of trouble now as the burst damage from the Scarth does come out. Nikwa at level 5 though. Doesn't have hook shot, and oh yeah, if Ake can get himself tethered up to Magicka, top him up in terms of mana, maybe they can look to go in on this. Ancient Seal, it's back off cooldown. Ake, Io, just trying to zone it. Ake, he's going for it.
Yeah, he isn't Vince. Oh, I hate that with Wisp. You can't tell unless you look at the buff indicators. It's like, are they blind? What are these idiot pro players doing? Don't they see this Wisp? But yeah, it is of course Invis. So they didn't see this rune get picked up, but they did see Ake go off the map and hide. So they're gonna play a little more defensively as a result, and you know, with the early treads Aquila, Arteezy is very tanky, and even Kuroky has that Bracer Tranquil Boots, so I don't think these heroes are quite as... Plus, as you mentioned earlier, the living armor, that's always the X Factor, so wisely Alliance not going to try to commit, but now, well, it's time for Secret to go in bottom. They find a kill on the Clockwork. Arteezy should be okay, but it's going to drop fairly low at this tower here.
Oh, nice pick off there, and again, Kuro finding the kill himself. So Arteezy not getting that bonus gold, and I'm sure he'd be quite happy with at this point. Even so, the farming's going fine for Arteezy. Come back to 50 CS, in comes a zip. And a high cap. He wants to try and find it. Kuroky just kind of stands there staring at him going, come on, mate. You want some? He did have the stun.
That is really unfortunate. That's all of his mana. Oh, look at this puppy. Invis. He knows that the Tiny's off. He sees the Tiny off the map. He knows he's looking for the stacks, but I don't think Puppy can get this done on his own, and they don't really have any backup here, so I just take over mid. He's about to get his Blink Dagger. Puppy gonna ward off that camp. This is always the struggle. Oh, they might close the distance here, though. Ake mad, could be caught out. Oh, they see Puppy. The orb's gonna hit him, and he'll just quickly go invis back out, but Yeah, the overall game is really going to come down to Alliance just trying to farm here. They want to get the Storm, that Bloodstone, or maybe Orchid as quickly as possible. Your Tiny Wisp, as always, just going to be going for the Tiny Ags, and one of the good ways to really stop that is to either block the camps or to ward the jungle so you know when they're farming them and can either go on the heroes there or even look to punish them elsewhere on the map. So with this camp block, they'll have some good vision in the dire jungle and just look to grind this Alliance economy to a halt.
Certainly so far as we're coming into the 9 minutes. Let's have a look at the net worth for the individual heroes. Arteezy is at the top. Only just a little bit ahead of the Tiny and the Storm for the side of Alliance. So in terms of share and farm, Alliance is working out for them. Loader and of course Pycat doing fairly well at this point of the game, but it's going to come down to how impactful this Storm can be. You know, Sim's sitting at level 8 now. He's got the Soul Ring on top of the treads and he is level 8 and at the moment just looking to clear up some of the stacks in this jungle. And even when he does look to rotate and gank, I'm just having trouble finding and kind of anticipating the openings he's going to be able to look for, because Secret, they've just got so many ways to deal with him, and this might be it. Zai with the blink, finding Pycat, Kuroki is there, has got the finger. I think they're going to be able to burst him down. There was even an ult from the low ground, didn't contact, they didn't need it. S4 just wanted to get a little bit of a look into that kill, and Batrider finds that kill, and a very, very profitable first use of the blink dagger there.
That is one of the 2 ideal kills. If you kill him or you kill the Tiny, you're always going to be happy. Bottom lane, Arteezy. Going to Nikwa here. He's looking for a crit or 2. Needs a little bit more. He actually gets pulled into tower and by the cogs. And with that, he is going to blink out. Cancels the bottle charge of Nikwa, who has to be careful that the blink is on cooldown. It's only a level 1 Phantom Strike. Another movement here by Secret. They have their Finger of Death, and they want to go right back in to find a takedown with this one. Tiny Wisp nowhere to be found. Your Storm nowhere to be found either. Alliance actually trying to set up here, but I think that's something Secret will expect, given that they don't see anyone in the jungle. They see 2 heroes top. That puts 2 off the map now. Storm as well as Skywrath. And it seems that Arteezy gonna back off and play it safe.
He certainly needs to, with Storm and the Sky, as you said, waiting to zip in and start the fight. Nikwa with the hook shot as well. Anyone that comes into lane here could be in a lot of trouble. Secret, Arteezy does get flared up.
A lot of wasted time for Pycat here.
It is,
even if they get that kill, it's kind of like I wouldn't say it's an even trade, but it's a slight win for Alliance, just because Storm farms very quickly. He clears the waves quickly. He can go into the jungle and farm the stacks, but it seems like Alliance are just afraid to be in these lanes, and yeah, we can see why. The Batrider's got a blink, Lasso's off cooldown, Finger hasn't been used yet, and you've also got the tree factor. You could be walking around with Nature's Guise, you can get ambushed out of nowhere, and as a result, their economy is not what it could be. They're still looking okay on their cores, but you know, the big worry is these supports. Wisp still not quite level 6 in 12 minutes, about to get it. If a Wisp snowballs, we sometimes see the Tiny Wisp duo mid get level 6 for the Wisp by, you know, even like the 7-8 minute mark with a couple of bounty runes, a kill or 2 on the enemy mid, but it just hasn't been one of those explosive games for Alliances. I do want to point out they tried to deward this camp OD, but they missed it. They really need those stacks, so unfortunately, not able to find it.
That is unfortunate, and that is going to hinder this Tiny and Io's growth quite a lot. Tiny, he picked up the point booster, then went for the, he was got the gloves of haste, so I guess rather than finishing the axe, going to get the Midas to help him on his way to the late game.
It is a good item on Tiny, in theory, if you're allowed to get away with it, but it's kind of, it's one of those things where like you farm super quick with the Ags, but if you get a Midas and an Ags, in theory you can farm a little bit quicker, so it will delay his potential Aghanim Scepter pickup. Well, I mean, not potential, it's a guarantee he'll get it at some point, but you know, if Secret sees this Gloves of Haste, they may look to punish it, and even if they see the Midas complete, that's like, okay, great, Tiny has a Midas, there's no Ags, we can just go fight right now. So let's see if this gets scouted out. For now, there's a smoke. Tiny is shown here, but Mad trying to set something up for his team top lane. And at the same time, it looks like they may make a go for Secret bottom. No blink just yet in Kuro, but they've got the PA to close the gap and set up.
Yeah, both sides need to be careful on their respective lanes. S4, if he comes out, he's going to get hit very hard in the face here by the Tiny and Aya. Aya with this relocate, maybe they'll look to try and turn around on another lane. Zai is not revealing himself in mid yet, waiting to see if Alliance decide to push the issue there, but no, it's top lane. The Alliance definitely focusing on 3 heroes, 4 heroes which include Pycat there on the back of it. And Tiny, as you said, he's got his Midas complete now. But if Secret, if they're aware of this, which I'm sure they will be, they'll know that this is the time to fight. This is the time to catch out Loda, which they haven't been able to do so far because, well, Loda and Ake, they've pretty much been in the jungle for the entirety of this poor kind of last few minutes of this game.
And you can see they're fighting for table scraps here, you know? The Storm gonna farm one stack, you're Tiny. It's like, well, I guess I'll go mid. This is just not ideal when you're running this duo. Whereas you look across the way at Secret, they've got all 3 other cores farming, and crucially, Kuroki up to 1,000 gold now with the Bracer and the Tranquil Boots. He's also been the man buying a lot of wards for his team. Now he will look to get that Blink Dagger. He's going to TP top there. There's a lane ward here, though. If he moves even a few inches forward, he'll be spotted out. But he doesn't. He gets smoked up. This could be a beautiful initiation for Secret.
Oh, a really good Loader. And Ake, I think it's their day to jump in ice for. No, it's not, because Finger straight away from Kuroki onto the IO, bringing him out of the fight. The Su was used as well. But they get themselves the kill. 4-1, a TP in to this top lane now. Magicka and Loda, they are all on their own though. Arteezy continuing to farm up as much as he can in the jungle, and well, we're going to see that build, that item on PA that sometimes gets flamed in pubs, LD. It's going to be the Battle Fury PA.
Yeah, this is, it looks like Arteezy, okay, it gets flamed in pubs, but it's not a bad item on PA by any stretch. It is situational. I think there are some games where you need your PA to come to fights earlier. Oh, that mid lane jump. You got a crit on the dagger and then another crit for good measure, I believe. And with that, gets the kill. Meanwhile, top actually going to break out here. They blink it with side. They don't have a lasso right now. Loda chuck it up. Kuro can't get the kill, though. Perhaps the turn comes. Hookshot in from Nikwa, chasing out Kuroki. A great overgrowth. Catches out all 3. But only used defensively to try and retreat. Kuro still no money here for the Blink Dagger. No mana for a TP out. He's got the stick coming off cooldown soon. S4 gonna go down. Kuroki try to TP out Nikwa. There's your backup. It's arrived in the form of Arteezy with the Battle Fury. Brings down 1, make it 2. Gets the clock as well. Tiny gonna be forced back now. And it looks like with that kill, they may be able to take a tower here as well. There's a smoke from Alliance. They want to go back in. Okay, this will not be expected by Secret.
Yeah,
this definitely will not be expected. Storm has a TP,
but I mean, 2 heroes, just a tiny Magicka.
Look at the HP on Loda. He's so low.
He's gone, yeah. Gonna go for it though. There's a flash toss onto Lion. The living armor helping Kuroki out a bit. Does manage to get out of the Earthspike, and then living armor again. Kuroki is still alive. Is he gonna be able to get out of this? He's very close to the Blink Dagger as well. It's gonna be a little bit unfortunate if he goes down. Nature's Guise isn't gonna protect him from that one. He's alive to find one pick off. Puppey walks straight under the shower from the Mystic Flare. And well, Lions, they do it. They hang around with this Tiny, the backup from the IO, and well, Nikwa.
They are going to relocate for this, but it's kind of in an awkward position in the middle of the river. The Zai will TP out, so relocate, bait it out. He'll get out safely, and as well as the hookshot used. Not the longest cooldown spells, but still, I think overall Secret, it's a slight win for them there. The graph actually dips, but they did get the tower, as well as a couple of kills, and crucially, your PA did not die. Arteezy still the leader in net worth. He's just farming up these ancients now. He's maxed the blur first, which I think is the better build if you just want to be jungling and clearing stacks with the increased evasion. If you want to fight a lot, the Phantom Strike cooldown improves and scales really well. But it seems like for Arteezy it's going to be more about clearing stacks, farming as efficiently as possible. I'm curious to see the next item. At some point this game, BKB feels mandatory. You're up against the Storm, who's likely to build an Orchid, in fact is going for one. The Mystic Flare hookshot, the Tiny Avatos combo. It's just the question of if that BKB is his next item or if he saves it for a bit later on.
Either way, he's going to get whatever he needs next very quickly, as you were saying, with this full-on focus on keeping the farm up with the skill build and the item build, and the Battle Fury and the maxed out Blur with that mask is certainly going to help Arteezy get whatever he wants. Bottom lane.
And now a smoke.
Well, they want S4. The hook shot, though, blocked by the creeps. Nikwa used it to close the gap, but maybe it doesn't matter, because here's Pycat, and they're going to find it with the Ancient Steel Silence, and Pycat gets himself involved just in time in that fight.
They do have relocate available, so at any moment it could be 5 heroes bottom, something that Secret do have to be careful about. They're smoked right now. Kuroki no blinking yet, but they have the Zai initiation. They could get caught by a relocate ambush, though. They need to bring him down quickly. Lasso, Finger, a smooth kill. And he did, oh, he did buy his Oblivion stack, so at least he spends his gold. Now top lane, making it go on Puppy here. He worms his way to the trees. He's just out of the first sentry, but not out of the second. There's the Chuck, drops the Overgrowth. They're gonna have to commit for this one if they want it, and it looks like they won't be able to get the kill. He struts away. Double sentry, gets nothing done.
A nice use of Overgrowth there, and again, just this living armor doing so much work, and these heroes just not being able to burst through all the layers of it. And Loda, he still continues to get scarier and scarier with the Axe complete 1k gold on top of that. But still, Arteezy with the lead in terms of net worth by 1,000. And looking at the overall graphs, 5k XP advantage in both, well, in the gold as well. Going the way of Secret. So Secret, 19 minutes in a fairly confident position.
A very manageable game for Alliance. It is a big lead as they're going to make a gigantic jump onto Kuroki bottom lane. The Storm zips from like here, plus the hook shot. It's just a rough game for a hero like Lion. If you're spotted pretty much anywhere on the map, they can relocate on you. Maybe you can set up an Earth Spike to counter initiate on the Wisp, but it's not going to be easy. But yeah, I don't know OD. Both teams. Oh, Arteezy took a caught mid. He just blinked in to farm the creep wave. Now he's got no way out. Toss, Mystic Flare. They got him. They'll get the job done. That was a pretty aggressive blink. Normally we don't see the blink used to farm, but it does increase your attack speed, and Arteezy, he's just in the wrong place at the wrong time. He gets punished. And that kill, that's a big one. That's 1,300 gold.
Fortification comes out.
Really nice trade.
Yeah, he's called to stick around. Living armor isn't going to be able to save you. And yeah, without the PA, Team Secret just not in a position to fight up against this aggression. A little bit more money in Loda's pockets, and Loda, 2.5k gold. Now, what does he go for next, Mr. LD?
Your go-to build here is... I mean, I think Manta's always going to be a good item just because you can maybe bait out the Hex from the Lion, potentially disjoint some incoming spells. If Queen of Pain silences you, you can Manta out of that. Manta's an option. He's going to go AC, which is also kind of a standard item. The big question with Tiny is always, like, do you have to build a BKB this game? It's one of the things about the hero that's annoying when you have a Wisp on your team is you really don't want to go BKB if you can avoid it, because then your Wisp can't tether to you, and ultimately, when the BKB wears off, you're much less scary in team fights. This game, I would say, I'm not really sure if he needs one. He may even want to go into some evasion to deal with the PA. If you get a BKB, there's still the Lasso, there's still the Overgrowth. And that's the thing for Secret, is they have really good lockdown to deal with a farm Tiny. It's where you need a farm Storm as well. Pycat does have his Orchid, and I think because Pycat's having a decent time, Alliance is still in good shape. Even if their supports are poor, this Tiny, Wisp, Storm, these three can go around the map killing pretty much any hero at any time. The game goes late enough, you get a Hex on the Storm, and to me, he's almost more important than Loda as a hero. Obviously, they're both crucial, but if he's not farmed, then they're just not going to be able to find easy kills.
Bottom lane. Yeah, Nico and Pycat, they've found a bit of action here. There's going to be a Hex from Kuroki. Barrada's silenced up, has got the lasso. Is he going to be able to get it off before Nico does any funny business? He doesn't even need it by the looks of it, but he's not going to get the chance. Ancient Seal, Loda, and Ake coming in with the relocate from behind, blowing up the Batrider, and well, that's Batrider down in a situation where Alliance looked like they were going to get caught out there.
Arteezy does a BKB now, though. They lose their Batrider, and oh, he may be forced to use this BKB. I assume Pycat seen it here. Trying to bait it out, Arteezy. Not committing just yet. They get off the 12 silence of Pycat. Now the Wisp comes in, trying to save him. Both gonna tank the ult. One down, it may well be two. Hake will also fall. Trying to save a buddy and gets punished for it. Nice takedown there. He didn't even have to use the BKB. They may look to push off of that.
Radiant's top tower has fallen.
Certainly looks like they're going to go for it. Tier 2 taking a lot of damage. Tiny hasn't got the eye to back him up. Loda deciding to just continue to farm and push up the top lane. Looks like they might just sack this Tier 2, the side of Alliance, without the Storm, without the IO. Not going to be able to do too much, and indeed Arteezy, he's going to be, no, S4 takes the tower gold there, and S4 now with 2k gold on top of the Orchid, and now on top of the BKB, Arteezy with 1.6. What's the plan? Well, it looks like Roshan might be the plan. Are they going to go for Roche, or is it a little bit too risky? And well, I guess it's a little bit too risky with the Storm back up in Alliance. Everyone is back on the map now.
They really need their Batrider if they want to go for Roche. Need him for the map control, the vision around the pit, and as well as just the lasso setup. I think for Secret here, your plan is probably to get a BKB on the other cores at this point. Zai maybe gets Boots of Travels first, but BKB solves a lot of their issues. Most of the damage from Alliance is magic. The only exception is the tiny right clicks, but they have solutions to stop them from right-clicking in team fights. They have the overgrowth, they have the lasso, the PA can somewhat deal with him through evasion, so I think if we see a BKB come out for S4, he does pick up an Ogre Club. I mean, technically it could be the Ags, but I'm expecting BKB here. And once they get those, that's where Secret will look to play really aggressive. They could go late, maybe match up against Alliance, but their ideal scenario is to snowball this, end it early, don't get into that situation where Tiny is base trading. Don't end up against a Wisp late game. Sure they won last time around, but it really came down to the dieback from Loda, and it's just a situation you want to avoid if at all possible.
Oh, the fight potentially going to kick off Loda. Backseat himself at Invis room. Secret.
Puppy has a gem, by the way. He has just put a bullseye on his back with this pickup.
Oh, that is going to be the tier 1 going down. Oh, Alliance. They do want to try and find this fight. They've come straight into the Radiant jungle. Loda trying to catch someone out of here. Trying to wrap himself around. Has got that completed AC Alliance. They see Secret in the river. There's the blink up from back. In fact, the initiation from Nico. Hook shot onto Puppy, but gets Hexo straight away before he can get the cogs down. Arteezy trying to slash away the Phantom Strike. There's the ult from Queen of Pain. And there's going to be the clockwork down. Nice overgrowth, holding Loda and Ake in place. And that is giving Arteezy time to clean up elsewhere. Storm's got down as well. Phantom Strike onto Ake, but the relocate out is going to be able to save the Tiny.
Well, they're going to lose the Wisp. They lose Matt as well here. He's trapped out. It's going to be a 4-for-0 exchange as the Wisp almost certainly goes down. I'm calling the relocate back. There's a dog pile here bottom. Tries for the tether, but into the waiting arms of the Queen of Pain screen he will go. Ends up going down to the Lion. And, well, the big thing here, it's not even really the kills. It's the fact that now they can walk into the pit, take this Aegis. Arteezy will be the man in. This is the stage of the game where the PA matches up exceptionally well against the Tiny Wisp. Can just go in, burst the Wisp almost instantly. The BKB makes Arteezy immune to, I mean, basically all the damage Alliance has. A lot of magic damage. The Tiny right clicks, unlikely to do much. You're dealing with so much evasion for Arteezy. Right now, sitting on the 50% blur. It's been buffed a lot over the past year or so, and now he gets a Basher. So with this, he could easily man fight and destroy Loda with the BKB. There is very little chance they kill him. They're going to have to bait out the BKB charges, and I think at this point they look for little pickoffs like the one they're finding now on Zai in the Dire jungle. They'll bring him down. Not the gem carrier currently, though. The gem's still on Puppy. Very fortunate, because you often see the bat as the one who wields it. But yeah, I think this is the stage of the game where Alliance just have to wait out the Aegis, stall, avoid fights if at all possible, or if they take fights, being very selective. They are not that strong right now in the clash.
Well, they certainly are. This is definitely the portion of the game that Arteezy is going to be able to run circles around the lineup of Alliance. And Loda, how's he going? He's going to head straight down to the bottom lane, just continuing to focus on getting that far and work on his next item. He's got the might. There we go. Yeah, we go. Midas was available. He uses it. It's all cool. Loda knows what he's doing. And after the AC, what does he go for now? As you were saying, BKB isn't really going to offer him too much protection. Nice against the Lion, but at the same time, I guess you're kind of hoping that the Lion is going to be focusing on other heroes, because everyone else on the side of Secret, they're going to be fine, even if they're playing up against the BKB. So BKB isn't really going to be the answer here. So what is on top of the AC?
Manta's really good against Overgrowth. He almost has to reserve it for when the Overgrowth comes out. I think you probably go Manta, Butterfly. Maybe you still get the BKB just to deal with the Lion Hex. That's like Lion has so much good lockdown that just to deal with him, you almost still want to consider a BKB, but I think more likely you look into your Manta, Butterfly, like the best split pushing items the Tiny has in his arsenal, and just avoid fights. I don't see them taking fights until Storm gets a whole lot scarier. Pycat, probably when Pycat gets BKB and one more item, like maybe Bloodstone BKB or Hex BKB, then they can look for some fights, but This is, as we've been talking about, just that stage of the game where Secret not only ages, but just a stronger team in fighting anyway at this moment. And, well, we're going to see a jump in bottom. Pycat trying to find that tree. He really wants to take this gem away, but instead it's going to be Mad who ends up going down here first and foremost. Overgrowth will catch him out. Maybe not, though. He gets up the silence. They want Puppy. Give me that friggin' gem, you big, ugly tree. But they can't even get the kill just yet. He's low. He ends up going to Fizz again. They don't even take him down, and now, well, Tiny Wisp, they'll lose the Wisp. The Tiny gonna be sent back to the mid lane, and it looks like when it's all said and done, they lose 3. It's all about the stinking gem right now. They just want it so damn bad, OD, but they just can't get the job done.
Absolutely not. They committed a lot that they relocated in, but can't bring down Puppy. The Overgrowth's perfectly timed, so Alliance can't fight themselves around it. And wow, Secret one more. They found Loda. Oh, this is going to be a big kill. Alliance with 3 heroes down. If they can kill the Tiny and the Storm here with that Earth Spike, I think they will. Arteezy pops the BKB. He hasn't got time for any craggy exterior slowing this independent woman down. No! PA there, cleaning up. And they're going to get the tier 2 as well. And Secret, I think they might be just ready to go to the high ground, LD. After
that game 1 where it looked like Alliance might just steal it away from Secret, then Secret ended up being the thieves in the end, and now they may just take a full lane of Rex here. Alliance in the winner's bracket, so even should they lose this game, they will have a shot to bounce back, and they do look like one of the scarier teams in the qualifier, but, well, it's just been Secret in the right place at the right time. Now the tower gonna fall. They still have the Aegis. No BKB available for Arteezy. The Aegis, it looks like, has about a minute remaining. It's an ideal time for Secret to cave in a lane of Rax. And, you know, I almost want to say they could go for 2 now, but the safe play is probably to get the next Aegis before you do it.
I guess so. They have got that little bit of a window before Tiny Loda is back up. Secret, are they going to play it cool? Are they going to play it safe? Looks like they will. Puppy teepers himself down to the bottom lane. Wants to continue to find that farm towards the... Wait, hang on.
Oh, no.
Doesn't even need to. Aghanims is complete on Treant. That's...
300.
I mean, you just don't win games against that.
300-minute game hype confirmed. So at least it's a tree who's ahead getting the eggs here, so...
Yes,
it's a good item.
Comeback eggs.
Oh god, that item is just disgusting if you're playing for BI. I don't know if you caught that, but there was a Skyrim mage here. I didn't even see him die, just saw the blood on the ground as Pycat will get counter-initiated on bottom lane. He's trying to make plays. Man, he wants this freaking gem so bad, but it will be thwarted once again. They are just protecting Puppy nicely, and at this point, your Storm not snowballing, the Tiny not really able to fight the PA, is going to try to build a BKB, but I mean, it's a damned if you do, damned if you don't kind of item. There are so many ways to deal with this. The Hex to disable him before he pops the BKB, the PA now has a completed Abyssal Blade, Evasion anyway just to man-fight him, and of course on top of that, your Lasso, you're Overgrowth. I don't know, this BKB may be necessary because they're about to lose a lane of Rax otherwise, but may also not even matter. Relocate, coming inside, almost cancels it with the Flame Break, but not quite able to, and now the Clash breaks out.
Yeah, Niqua tried to initiate there onto the PA, but it ended up going a way that he didn't kind of want it to start off going, and Arteezy just turns it around. And Kuroki, again, with these plays, with these stuns and these fingers, blowing up Alliance, losing the
Can you imagine if Zai cancels that? He almost canceled both, he almost just disrupted the relocate there, and then they're completely screwed. Then they're fighting, I guess they could try to TP back, but he could lasso and potentially stop at least one of those, just keep the Tiny in a position where he has to walk back to base. Well, ends up working out anyway. They're going to cave into tier 3, and this may well be their second lane of Rax. Secret wasting no time in trying to end this game.
23-9 on the board is not looking great for the side of Alliance. Loda, even with the amount of farm he's got, it is just not enough. And Pycat, it's just the Storm this game hasn't had any impact at all, and it's just really struggled to find an opening to go in on Secret. And it was a 5th pick Storm, and just looking at the draft, we kind of felt that Storm wasn't going to have a great game, didn't we?
Yeah, he could have had a great game, but it would have been really tough. The margin for error against this draft is very small, and Pycat at this point, it's been 2 times he's dove for the gem, and he's ended up paying the price, but you can't really fault him either too much. They really had to take the gem away from Secret, and it's more just Secret being ready for those jumps than anything else. But yeah, it's the point of the game now where Storm doesn't have to BKB and it's just total boost. Once again, Arteezy leaps on in. Now he pops his BKB and he's going to go to work. They can't even fight against this PA. Regardless, Tony or no Tony, he ain't got enough tools in his arsenal. That will be overgrown, held in place, and GG. Secret. You know, there were starting to be some questions. Well, his Alliance, his Empire, you know, are these teams rising? Are they even going to supplant Secret and Cloud9? But Secret making their case here that they deserve to be considered as one of those top 1 or 2 teams in the European region, if not in the world. I guess EG still hold the title, at least for now. But, you know, with this win, OD, they need to win one more series.